Hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about contour integration in complex analysis. Contour integration is a very useful technique to evaluate complex integration. But what is more interesting is that some real integration can be done or can be evaluated by using this contour integration technique. In this chapter we shall evaluate some real integrals by using this contour integration technique. So let us start. First we consider an example. Let us consider this example. This is a real integral 0 to 2 pi d theta divided by 1 minus 2a cos theta plus a square, where a is a real number but it is given that a square not equal to 1. So we shall solve this real integral by means of contour integration. For that reason we have to convert this real integral to the complex integral. So let us start. So this is our integral. We know that cos theta can be written as e to the power I theta plus e to the power minus I theta divided by 2. So we write here it is. We have written e to the power I theta plus e to the power minus I theta by 2 in place of cos theta. Now we shall convert this integral to a complex integration. For that reason we have to convert e to the power I theta equal to suppose z. Now the most important part in contour integration technique is the selection of contour. So we have to select the suitable contour. Now remember that contour may be a circular, maybe semicircular, maybe rectangular or any other closed curve. So for this problem we have to select the suitable contour. Now look, there is no specific method to select the contour, but there will be some clue in the question from where we can select the contour. Here it is given that a square not equal to 1. So there are two reasons. One is a square greater than 1 and a square less than 1. So there is some clue like that we have to select the contour as a unit circle. So if we select the contour as unit circle, then the transformation that we have to use here is z equal to e to the power I theta. This is the equation of unit circle. So first of all we have draw the contour. Roughly this is our contour unit circle. Equation of it is z equal to the power I theta. This is our real axis and this is imaginary axis. This is the origin, and the orientation of this contour is taken as anti-clockwise. We know that anti-clockwise is the positive direction. So this is our contour. So if we replace z equal to the power I theta, then we find that dz equal to I e to the power I theta d theta. Actually e to the power I theta equal to z, so we can write it I z d theta. So d theta can be replaced by dz by Iz. Now we replace all these values in the main integral. Here we have replaced all the values of e to the power I theta and d theta. Now the limits of this integral. Now here we see that if theta equal to 0, then the point z represent is this point. So as theta moves from 0 to 2 pi, then z traverses this unit circle, which is denoted by suppose c. So we denote this contour by capital C, and the orientation is given as anti-clockwise. Now rearranging all the terms, we find that this is equal to after rearranging all these terms, we find that this is equal to this one, and taking minus 1 common, and after the factorization this is equal to z minus a into az minus 1, and it is actually minus I, so multiplying this by minus 1 it becomes I. So this is our integral. So we have to compute this integral, and we shall use Cauchy's residue theorem. For that reason we have to find the singularities or the poles. Here we find that there are two poles of this integrand. These are at z equal to a and at z equal to 1 by a. So out of these two poles we have to find which one or which are the poles that lies within this contour. For that reason we consider two cases. In the first case we assume that a square less than 1. So this is our integral, so we have to evaluate this integral. So if a square less than 1, then we find that out of these two poles at z equal to a and z equal to 1 by a, the pole z equal to a lies inside the unit circle mod z equal to 1, and the pole z equal to 1 by a lies outside the unit circle, because modulus of 1 by a is now greater than 1, but modulus of a is less than 1. So out of these two poles, the pole at z equal to a lies inside the unit circle, and the pole z equal to 1 by a lies outside the unit circle. So by Cauchy's residue theorem we can write it. So first of all we write I, and we know that this integral is equal to 2 pi I into sum of the residues. Here we have only one pole, that is at z equal to a, that lies inside the circle, so it should be residue at z equal to a. Okay, so this is equal to minus 2 pi. Now residue at z equal to a, this is defined by limit at z tends to a, z minus a multiplied by this integrand, and that is 1 by z minus a into az minus 1. So this is equal to minus 2 pi. So cancelling z minus a, we find that it is limit z tends to a 1 by az minus 1. So this is minus 2 pi multiplied by, as z tends to a, this is 1 by a square minus 1. So it is 2 pi by 1 minus a square. So in the first case the integral reduces to this. So this is the value of the integral, 2 pi by 1 minus a square. Now we shall consider case 2, that is a square greater than 1. Now consider case 2. So we consider a square greater than 1. Now this is our integral. So there are two poles at z equal to a and z equal to 1 by a. Now if a square is greater than 1, so this pole at z equal to a lies outside the unit circle, and this pole at 1 by a, this lies inside the circle, because if mod z is greater than 1, then modulus of 1 by z is less than 1. So out of these two poles, only this pole at z equal to 1 by a lies inside the unit circle, and this pole lies outside the unit circle. Hence by Cauchy's residue theorem we can write it, this is I multiplied by 2 pi I into residue at z equal to 1 by a. So which can be written as, this is minus 2 pi, I square is minus 1, so minus 2 pi multiplied by, now residue at z equal to 1 by a is defined by limit z tends to 1 by a, z minus 1 by a multiplied by the integrand, and the integrand is 1 by z minus a is z minus 1. We find that this is minus 2 pi limit z tends to 1 by a. Now z minus 1 by a can be cancelled out after taking a common from this second factor. So if we take a common from the second factor, then these two terms cancelled out. So it is 1 by z minus a into a. Now replacing z equal to 1 by a, we find that this is 2 pi 1 by a minus a multiplied by a, and that is after the simplification it becomes minus 2 pi multiplied by 1 by 1 minus a square, which is 2 pi by a square minus 1. So these are the values of the integral. If a square is less than 1, then this is the value of the integral, and if a square greater than 1, then this is the value of the integral. So finally we write the result. So this is the final result. The value of this integral is 2 pi by 1 minus a square if a square is less than 1, and 2 pi by a square minus 1 if a square is greater than 1. That completes the solution. In the next part of this chapter, we shall consider a very important integral, that is sin x by x from minus infinity to plus infinity. So see you in second part of this chapter. Thanks for watching.